Hey y'all, Earthy Wise Woman here. It has been a minute since we've had our coffee break conversations, and I got my coffee. So let's have a conversation, shall we? Today I would like to talk about something called sex magic. Now I know a lot of you have heard of sex magic. It's the stuff of legends. Some people don't believe in it, some people do believe in it. And it gets very convoluted. It gets very detailed. First, let's start with this. Is there such thing as sex magic? Absolutely. And many of us do it unknowingly. I would say lots of us do it unknowingly and unaware of the intense power of sex. So today I'm going to go first on the whole implications of what sex magic is. Sex magic is as powerful, if not in some cases more powerful than blood magic, where you use your own blood. I'm going to explain why I say that. It is most powerful when it's done with a couple, either a man, woman, or a same sex couple. So, some would say, well, how do you go about doing it? Before, I'm not going to start on that. Let's go with why I am going to, why a lot of new practitioners embrace the law of harm ye none, do as you will. Now, a lot of people who are practitioners believe that they should be able to have sex whenever they want to. It's no big deal. It is, if it's a consensual thing between both people, what's the big deal? Okay, and I can see that point of view. Absolutely can. Now, this is where I have to tell you the magical take on that. When you take your body that you have cleansed, that you have intentionally tried your best to spiritually and physically live a life that is productive and that is nurturing, and then you get with someone who is toxic, not just physically but spiritually toxic. They pollute themselves in physically with really bad food, maybe doing very bad drugs, um, and a lifestyle full of anger, hatred, bitterness, revenge towards other people, and you decide to do the wild thing with that person. You are literally taking in those contaminants, not just physically, but spiritually. Okay? So, for some of you newer practitioners out there who wonders why a lot of older practitioners, say in my age range, the 60-year-old, 70-year-old magical practitioners kind of not so much abstain from sex, but are not as quick to just jump in the sack with people. That's why. We are, in many cases, aware that when you are having physical sex with somebody, you are also having spiritual sex with them. You are initially joining your bodies and making them into one. So if you're making your body and your partner's body into one, you better be partnered up with somebody who is at least on your same level spiritually. Because if you go down, that's going to be you contaminating. So you can imagine how the magic is going to work. The magic will work, but not in a way that is positive. And more than anything, the person who is the strongest, at least in some ways, will get sick being with a person who is contaminant. Okay? Because you're trying to take your spiritual energy, which you have meditated, you have eaten right, you've taken walks, you've done everything you know in order to reach a higher level of consciousness, and you're going to go ahead and do the booty dance or the Humpty dance, whatever you want to call it, with somebody you know ain't got that together, what do you think you're going to be doing? You're going to be making a God's awful mess. And that I can guarantee is not worth it. Okay. Which is one of the reasons why, you have books like the Karma Sutra. You have other spiritual works on how to raise your spiritual levels with your partner sexually, because when you raise and elevate yourself, not just individually but as a couple, the magic is so much more powerful, potent, and in line with all the things that one should want in their lives. And what I mean by should want, we want good health, we want positive energy, we want prosperity, we want these things, and we also want good communication with our partners. So imagine, as a practitioner, two practitioners having sex magic on the same level, on the same wavelength. That's some powerful magic. You got what I'm saying? Of course you do. Now, that being said, when I look out at a world where people are doing things that I can see isn't healthy, and even they know it's not healthy, and they're not doing it because they know it's productive. They're doing it because they can. I will tell people, something, before you be knocking boots with a practitioner you know is involved in things that you yourself wouldn't do, that you yourself know is not productive, that you can see that this person is hateful or judgmental or just counterproductive in every area, and you want to go ahead and, as my grandmother says, swap spit with them, you best be checking yourself. Because best believe, when a person is having sex, whether they're doing it even magically, you are bounding your body, your energy, to another being. So be aware of that. Now, some people may say I'm talking morals. I'm not. This is just basic survival. Because here's the thing. It's no different than you kissing somebody with a bad cold. If they have a bad cold and they're contaminated, guess what you're going to have? And if you say, well, I take all my herbs and everything, yeah, that's great. You won't get as contaminated. You won't get as sick, but you will be affected by it. Same thing happens when you're having sex with someone who you know is living a toxic lifestyle. You may not get as sick as them, of course not, but you will get and be affected by it. So that's why I said be aware, not just physically, but spiritually. Treat spiritual negative and toxic behavior like an STD, because in a way it spiritually is. That being said, now let's get on with sex magic. In order to do sex magic in an efficient and effective way, both people have to be on the same page. You have to want the same thing. Now, you can have sex magic where you want one thing and that person wants another thing. And yes, it will work. But for it to really work, both people have to make the other person aware of what they want. So let's say Susie comes into the relationship and Susie wants a better job. Okay? And now she has meditated. She's having a good diet. She has maybe even done some fasting, some introspection, and figured out what it is she really wants. And Bobby, or another Susie, says, yeah, I want to, I need a new car because my car is like, crap, and I'm having to get it repaired all the time. It's not working for me anymore. And they both sit down. Well, you want this. Well, I want that. And they both sit down. They talk about it. And they're like, you know something? And this is where having some form of an affinity is. I know you need a new job. And, I think you need it. I think you should have it. And I know you need a new car. I think it will help you. I really want you to have that. I want to help you get that. There we go. We have affinity. We both agree on what we want and need. You understand? And so then we sit down and we talk about it. And when we talk about it, I mean, let's meditate on this together. We're holding hands. I really want you to have this. Then we start doing foreplay. I want you to have that too. And we get more intimate and more intimate and more intimate, where we both have an affinity for the other person, and we both truly believe that that person should get what they desire. Now, when we do this, even beforehand, I would suggest you get a couple's candle. Now, this one is the same sex. This is a man-man. It doesn't matter if it's two men doing this. It should be a same sex with two men. Two women, it should be the same sex with two women. Okay? And if it's a man and woman, the candle should also reflect man and woman. Now, in my case, this is the color candle I had available for this video. For a couple who are doing this, I would strongly suggest, if both of you guys want something, but you're not sure what, would it be prosperity? Would this be considered a new job? Would that come under prosperity? Or I just really want so-and-so out of my life, and I need my mom to move out the house. Well, I need the new car. Okay, so we can get into all the colors, and that would just go crazy. So I would tell everybody, just use a white couples candle, because white covers all of the colors in the hues in the spectrum, and it will cover this. We take the candle, okay? This is prior to having sex. Carve your names on the backs of the candles. Carve your name. I would suggest you use your spiritual knife, which is your bowline, to carve your name on the back of the candles. Okay? Both of you. Now, let me get back. That's the practical thing. That's before you even do anything and prepare the candle. So, let's say you guys keep talking and you are intimately touching yourselves. You are kissing. You are drinking wine. You're holding hands. You're finding yourself getting physical. And then suddenly, and now here's the thing. To make this very powerful, the one who says needs the new car, I want you to fixate on the one who needs the job. And what you say is, baby, I want you to have that job. You're going to get that job. I know you're going to get your job. You deserve it. You're beautiful and you're powerful. And you're going to have your job. I know you are. And the one who wants the job but wants the other one to have the car, honey, you're going to have that car. You're going to get a cool car. It's going to be the color you like. It's going to be fast. And it is going to be brand new. You're not going to have any. You're going to have the lowest payments. You're going to find this. It's going to be the deal of the century. I know you're going to have that car. Oh, you're so good with cards. And you've seen this. So in a way, instead of saying, oh, baby, you're so sexy. Oh, I love you. Oh, God, you're so hot. You basically are doing foreplay in another way. It's a consideration. Okay? You're basically telling that person, you're going to have what you want. You're going to have what you want. And a lot of people say, well, that's not sexy. That's not a turn on. It is very much a turn on to have somebody validate you. It is a turn on to be validated. Instead of saying you're hot, you're saying you deserve it. Baby, you deserve it. Oh, God, you so deserve it. You do. And then you go about and both of you get together and you have sex. You have sex, you just gush in the sex, okay? After you've had the sexual act, take your combined fluids from your bodies, whatever area that is. I'm not going to elaborate, but take the fluids and rub it into the names that you carved into the candles. Take the fluid, rub it in there, and say, as you rub it in, say the person's name. In this case, Sally. You are going to have that new job because you so deserve it. Kiss Sally's head. Turn the candle around. I'm going to do this as a heterosexual, so don't take offense. Johnny, you're going to have a car. You're going to have a really beautiful, fast car. You're rubbing the fluids into Johnny's name. And then you kiss Johnny's head on the top of his candle. Then put the candle down. I don't want to put it too much around me. I want you two to hold hands. And the hand that you're going to hold, I like to think it's going to be your giving hand. So that would be, for me, I'm right-handed. So my receiving hand is my left hand. But my giving hand is my right hand. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to hold hands with the other person. So my giving hand is their, my giving hand is my right hand. Their receiving hand is hopefully their left hand. And you're going to hold hands. Hold hands. And I want you to say, you will have what you desire. You will have what you desire. You will have what you desire. I want you to have it. And feel the love of their desire. Then both of you guys take your other hand, let go of hands, because you're holding hands. Let go of the other hands and you light the candles. So if this is Sally, Johnny lights Sally's candle. And if this is Johnny, Sally lights Johnny's candle. Light the candle. Kiss your partner. Hold each other, hug each other, love each other, and allow. And that's it. And that's really it in order to make a spell with sex magic. Now, that is a couple. Can you have sex magic by yourself? Yes, you can. You can masturbate. Ooh, I said that out loud. I hope that's allowed on YouTube. You can self-pleasure yourself. And what you would do is self-pleasure, build up the fluids, but instead of using, okay, sorry.